The Astros seem to be back at it again. When I say back at it again, I guess supposedly, allegedly cheating. You can't make this shit up. At the same time, they're not the only ones doing this stuff. Let's get into it. Welcome everybody back to the Touching Bases podcast. I appreciate you guys sticking with me through these very spotty video uploads. I've been trying to get on the horse with this. Today there was a kind of a story that broke out that I wanted to get the full details on before I jumped into it. Now I still don't know everything, so some of this information is probably going to change as we go. Ronel Blanco with the Houston Astros, I don't want to say rookie pitcher. He's been in like professional baseball for like 7 years, but he finally got this call up and his chance to start with the Astros this season. And when he did so, he threw a no-hitter, which made headlines. It was the first no-hitter of the year, and he's been on a roll and been really good. Well, he just got ejected yesterday, I believe it was, for sticky stuff. That's kind of the quotations of what they said was sticky stuff. Basically, it's what everybody's been using for God knows how long, since the beginning of baseball times, in order to have a better grip on the ball so you don't lose control and throw a wild pitch or hit a batter or anything. Just basically help them locate. Well, that's not allowed in Major League Baseball, and they've been cracking down on that significantly. Honestly, I think it's stupid. Let them be able to control the ball the best they possibly can, unless it gives them more spin, which is debatable, or it increases their speed of their throwing, which it doesn't. I don't see the reason why they should take away something that gives them a little bit more grip, since these balls really do suck to throw when all you have is the seams. I digress. So Ronel claimed that possibly it was like rosin that he used on his arm before the game started, possibly was on his hand and got onto his glove. Also, they saw white powder, which, I mean, chalk is pretty common to see in order to dry off your hands in case they get sweaty so they don't get all slippery. So they saw that inside the glove as well. Thing is, the weird rules, you're not allowed to put rosin on your non-throwing arm, which I don't know how that would translate. I mean, you could apply it on this arm and then you put this hand inside your glove. So you tell me. It's very weird. So, I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate. Honestly, I think he's probably been doing this for a while. They said they noticed it on the second time that they checked his glove, but also at the same time, they didn't check his hands. They went out there, checked his gloves. The crew chief called everybody together, and the umpires confirmed that they thought this was the sticky stuff, which was to give them all grip, illegal substance. Of course, the Astros were like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't think it is that. I don't know what it is. The umpires, crew chief basically said, we don't care what it is. We care the fact that it is similar or is this substance that we don't allow in the field. Blanco was kicked out. They never checked his hands. He pleaded to like check my hands, see if they're sticky, you tell me. He claims it's like sweat, rosin, chalk. They tossed him out. Now officially today, because I wanted to see what happens, since they sent his glove off to the commissioner's office to be investigated, he is suspended for 10 games. I don't really think it's that big of a deal for a suspension to be 10 days, because with a rotation of 5, sometimes 6, you're only talking about missing 2 games that you have to cover. So if only 2 games are missed, really what's the big deal? Now, if it was a 10-game suspension in which he has to play or would be scheduled to play, that would be a whole month. That would be, honestly, it might be 2 months. That would be really significant and be detrimental. So I'm not exactly sure if this suspension is entirely because he had sticky stuff on his glove, or a message to be sent to Major League Baseball, to all pitchers, saying, do not do this. We're cracking down, and if it's anything close to what we're looking for, guilty or not, we're gonna punish you, which I think is stupid on so many levels. I'm also the guy that's like for PEDs, especially for pitchers, to help keep their arms healthy, because obviously they need something to help them recover. 5-man rotations are not working, 6-man rotations are not working, and they are throwing out their arms. On top of that, speaking of sticky stuff, Glasnow mentioned that a long time ago he was using that stuff. A lot of pitchers were using that stuff, and since they cracked down on it and it's been taken away, he thinks that actually contributes to a lot of the guys getting Tommy John or having tendon issues, just because they're gripping the ball so much harder than what pitchers had to do in the past, because they had something that gave them grip. They didn't have to worry about it. They didn't have to put so much stress and emphasis on the grip of the ball to try and control it, that when they were throwing, that tendon wasn't tightening up and then pushing against that elbow where it rubs even more. You see where I'm coming from. If you guys saw his interview that he did, I don't know, maybe it was foul territory or something else, but it really does make sense with the constriction of the tendon and the muscles coming together, because you're gripping the ball so much harder, because you're worried about it slipping, whether it's rainy, whether it's humid, whether that ball is just, of course, new, because they get a new ball every 7 pitches, because that's how long it's supposed to last, so they make sure there's nobody cutting sliding or messing with the ball, that in and of itself makes it slippery. It doesn't make it good to grip. It doesn't feel right. You get used to it, but you still have to do the same mechanics in order to control it and make it do what you want it to do. I digress again. I think it's a stupid rule. They shouldn't be cracking down on people like this like it's crazy. Do I think Ronel Blanco did on purpose? I don't know. And I'm not going to say that he did or didn't. At the same time, do the Astros cheat? Yes, they do. And do I like the Astros? No. So I am biased towards this whole thing. Am I a Astros hater? I'm sure, whatever you want to call me, that's perfectly fine. But at the same time, has this been going on longer than just this game? Ronel Blanco came out on his first time out. Yes, they did check his glove. Yes, maybe he got away with it, but he's been dominant this entire season. Where has this come from? He's been in the pros for a while. When I say pros, I mean majors and minor leagues. This isn't his rookie season. As far as I know, I might have to fact check that. You can comment below and yell at me if you like. But either way, he hasn't been a big name for the roster's rotation until this year. And he shows up, throws a no-hitter, and then he's dominant against pretty much every team he's come across, including, I mean, his least favorable game was the Mariners, and he still did really good. Has this been going on all season? And when he comes back, are we going to see a change in his ability? Are we going to see a change in his numbers? Is he going to give up more runs? Is he going to walk more batters? Is he going to hit more batters? Is he going to lose velocity? I don't know, but that's something we have to wait and see. Maybe if he is guilty, this has been the reason why he's been throwing so good compared to other pitchers and have been so dominant this season. So something to think about, guys. Go ahead and leave a comment below if you think that he's guilty, or maybe you think he's innocent. Do you think sticky stuff, whatever the hell that is, should be legal in the game today just to give pitchers a little bit more ability to control their pitches? Or do you think it's hard enough as a batter to hit the ball? There's obviously a weird balance. Subscribe if you haven't already. I love seeing you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.